there are people who want to discuss the differences amongst the Sahabas, and they end up criticizing one group or the other. So does this benefit us? No, it doesn't benefit us at all. See, if we are discussing about the differences of Sahabas, that is like excessively, if we are discussing that, and what we are trying to do, we are trying to enable the case of the Rafizi. How come? Because the Rafizi, they want to brand most of the Sahabas as kafirs, because that is what they do. That is, they want to prove most of the Sahabas as kafirs, majority, and they'll search for text and evidence from the Sunni sources also, and they'll choose and pick, and they'll prove that see they did this, and that means they are kafir. They did this, they did this against Prophet, they did this against this. So they will try to prove, choose and pick and prove that. So we should not do that. We should not highlight, we should try to bring harmony amongst the Muslims. That is, even the Sahabas, if there were differences, they were followers of Prophet Muhammad, they were following the Quran. There were differences and wars were fought amongst them due to various reasons. So but we should not excessively, we should not discuss that, otherwise we are enabling the Rafiz. I'll take one hadith and I'll explain the point, then you will understand the point. See, usually this hadith of Ammar is taken, that is, see, to understand the Quran, we should take it in, we should read it in totality, understand it in totality. We cannot choose and pick, because many of the times certain verses, they explain certain words. That means one verse might be explaining some other verse in the Quran. So similarly, one hadith, we should not just choose and pick, we should look at hadith also in totality. So one hadith might be explained by other hadith also, or that will support the other hadith also. So the hadith of Ammar, which is mentioned in the book of Salat, hadith number 447, that Prophet said, Waiha Ammar taqtuluhul fi'atul baghiya, that may Allah have mercy upon Ammar, that he'll be killed by a transgressing party, that is transgressing group. He'll be killed by the transgressing group. Yad'uhum ilal jannati wa yad'unahu ilal nar. That is, he'll be calling them to paradise and they'll be calling him to hell. So what they want to fit this hadith upon the Muawiyah and the group of Muslims. That is, they are the transgressing people and they are going to hell. That means the Muslims who were with Muawiyah, that is Hazrat Muawiyah, they all are going to hell. That is what they want to take from this hadith, that they are all transgressing people because they fought. There was a war between at Siffin, Hazrat Ali and Hazrat Muawiyah, and Ammar was with the side of Hazrat Ali, and he was killed by the other party. That means the other party is going to hell. See, if this is what you want to take, because there is explanation of this hadith obviously from the Sunni point of view, but what I am doing, I am telling you that go to other hadith. That is the hadith which is mentioned in the book of Sulh, that is the peacemaking in Bukhari only. Hadith Prophet said, that is a prophecy he is making, Prophet Muslim. He said that in Nabni Sayyidun, that is this son of mine, that is Al Hasan radiallahu an, he is a Sayyid, he is a noble, he is a leader. That is this Al Hasan, about Prophet said about Al Hasan Sayyid, that is Hazrat Hasan, he said that he is a leader, he is noble. La'allallahu an yusliha bihi baina fi'ataini azimatayn min al-muslimin. That is, he said that perhaps Allah will reconcile, through him Allah will reconcile between two great groups of Muslims, min al-muslimin, azimatayn min al-muslimin, fi'ataini azimatain, that is two groups of Muslims, that Allah will reconcile between them through Al Hasan. That, and the peace treaty that occurred between Hazrat Hasan and Hazrat Muawiyah, that clearly shows that minal Muslimin, both parties are Muslims. So this clearly shows that both are Muslims. But what we are doing by excessively discussing about this hadith of Hadith Ammar, what we are doing, we are actually creating a doubt, and we are actually criticizing the other groups. However, there are many scholars, they have said that the transgressing group is actually Khawarij. They are the Kharijites. Ultimately, Hazrat Ali was killed and he was martyred by Khawarij only. So that clearly shows that actually this Khawarij Jamaat, they have killed so many Muslims, and all this fitna, it started after the qatl of Hazrat Usman, and we can go on discussing all these things. But the point I am making is that if we are excessively discussing about the fights and all this turmoil between the Sahabas, that cause a sort of a doubt among some Muslims, because Sahabas were given the Quran and they were given the guidance of Prophet Muhammad, and a Muslim will think, a normal Muslim may think, oh, what they were doing, and they were given the Quran, they fought like this, and the guidance of Prophet didn't help them. He'll question like that. So this can cause him to ultimately question Prophet and Quran. So that's why we should not excessively discuss about all these matters, that is the differences, because we cannot come to a conclusion at all. Even if you rely on the like there are history written from different point of view also, you cannot reach the ultimate conclusion, you cannot reach with regards to this. There are many differences. I am not talking about this battle of Siffin only. So that's how the Rafizis, they have their own history. That is how they make most of the Sahabas as kafirs. They won't leave Abu Bakr, they won't leave Hazrat Aisha, they won't leave anyone. So that is the thing. So we should not fall into their trap and excessively discuss such hadiths. So this hadith of Ammar, if you are like excessively trying to pinpoint that this hadith is talking about the group of Muawiyah and his followers, that is his supporters, that is the Muslims of those who were with him. So indirectly you are saying that they are all kafirs because they are going to hell. And what Ahlus Sunnah, the point of view is that they say that transgressing here is actually based on their what they did their own ijtihad, that is the Muawiyah and those who were with him, they did ijtihad, and even if they were wrong in their ijtihad, Allah will not punish them for it. So that is the Sunni point of view. But what I am telling, even if that the Baghi Jamaat is refers to Muawiyah and the people with him, because there are scholars who say that they are Khawarij, and what I am saying is you should go to the other hadith, that is the Prophet said that this son of mine, that is Hazrat Hassan, he'll bring about a conciliation, a peace between two great armies, two great groups, parties of Muslims, fi'atayn azimatayn min al-muslimin. So we should think like that. We should try to reconcile. We should not try to bring disharmony or cause discord in the ummah, in the unity. We should try to unite. So that is what Ahlus Sunnah do, and we should do like that. Because if you are trying to search for faults, we see Sahabas, they were humans. They are not infallibles. Okay, that is our aqidah. We know that they are not infallibles. So we should focus on good things only. We should not try to bring discord or disharmony. Hope this clears. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ.